The NFL is on EA Sports, and we're at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. Just a short time ago, the Buccaneers emerging from their tunnel to the roar of this frenzied crowd here in the Sunshine State. And we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Two teams that came into the NFL together back in 1976. The Seahawks and Bucs are underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Well, it certainly appears that in this game, someone has decided they're going to open up their playbook. First quarter, and we see that play. I like their style.
Check, ready. Hey, level. Check, 45. Come on. Time to go, night.
He finds an opening past the 40 and all the way up to the 46. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Here we go. 19 yards. And the Seahawks first down. Get him.
Meanwhile here, a run on first down really backfires as he's going to be brought down well behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play, but it's going to be second down. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. We're really in a hole here, 3rd and 17, following the 2 negative plays. This time, Wilson will throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Good coverage that time by Sean Bunting.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. Throwing is Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ndamukong Suh with a sack. We've seen that a ton since he entered the league in 2010. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go, D. All day. All day. Check 43. Flip it.
Now Winston. And this is incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. And now it's second down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Winston, he'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to find O.J. Howard, and it's 3rd down.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, Winston. He's got Evans. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Ready. Blue ready. 49 to Mike. Watch the slash. Watch the slash. Wait. Let him go.
Now it's the former Badger, Dare Ogunbowale. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Come on, D.
Jameis to throw it. That's caught by Howard. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
No surprise there, Jadeveon Clowney with a tackle for loss. We all know how he became one of the most famous players in football, though, don't we remember?
Oh, that one play.
Yeah, that one big-time play. It was on highlights everywhere. They want to see more of that here in the NFL.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach... saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. And this is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Ready. Black 25.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
On 2nd down, Winston again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
You don't want to throw away this excellent field position, but that's 2 incomplete passes in a row. Definitely need something big here on 3rd and 10.
Conversely, defense has done a good job on 1st and 2nd down. The coverage has been draped. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Winston. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Quandre Diggs there defensively.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Now, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
And they finally get to him, but not before he's past the 45 to the 46-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time we saw them go for it in kind of an unusual situation. It's not like it's a 4th quarter do or die. They went for it, didn't get it. We'll see how that affects them this go-around.
Partner, I'm wondering if we're starting to see the effects of analytics coming into play here, where people are studying the number of possessions, how many times you should go for it, what position it leaves your team in. Maybe we're starting to see a little bit of that creeping into the NFL game.
Yeah, I think we've seen it in other sports, maybe into the NFL now as well. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
No gain on the play. And this brings up 3rd down.
Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Not your conventional play call, but that's okay. You probe the defense a little bit with some of everything in your playbook. That way they have to account for everything as the game moves on.
The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a third time here on fourth down.
14, run it. Check right, 54. You got to get the ball.
They're going on fourth down. It's Wilson. Dancing to his left. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So they tried it. Not only did they not get the first, they fumbled it away.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it went from bad to worse, but I know that everyone's going to pile in on the call and say, well, what are you doing? Why would you go for it there? I think that teams that are convinced that they feel pretty good about their game plan, what they want to get done that day, go for it. Give it a try. Hey, let's see if your defense can rescue them a little bit.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
At the 41-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On second down, it's Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougald.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Check, watch 54. Here we go.
On first down, Procise. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
Looking to throw on second down. Wilson, rush coming, and he's taken down. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the gun, it's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Andrew Adams. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
Ready? Blue ready. Mike 54. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Following the interception, Winston. And this one caught by Cameron Brain. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Ready?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Green, cover thing. 49. Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. To throw is Winston. And the pressure gets to him again. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. Here's Winston. And he's going to go down again. Ezekiel Ansah. That's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up 4th down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. They're going to try for it on 4th. Winston stays out there.
I'm coming.
They're indeed going. It's Winston. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down.
What's left? I got it. 49.
Now Winston. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. First down Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Winston. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. They'll try again from the 36 on second and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Let's go.
To throw, Winston. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. So from Seahawk territory now, it's first and 10 at the 43. Jameis again. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. No gain there on the completion, second and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. To the air again with Winston. He completes it to Evans. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 31-yard line.
That's good for a Buccaneers first down.
Jameis now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Winston. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 22.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Winston on 3rd and 2. He's got this one complete to Perriman. Shrugs him off. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. From the red zone now, Winston. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on him man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. On 2nd down, Barber. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
They give it off here to the tight end. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
One back in the game. That's Jones, 2nd and goal.
Hey, me and you all day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Winston now. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Cameron Brate there to make the grab as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. It doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
Gay is on for the point after. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. Throwing the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. That'll bring up 2nd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a Scotia credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Again, Wilson. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 12-yard line.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. It's a foot race. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Whoa! He just yanked that one well to the left and no good. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously cost one.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The sack by the Super Bowl champion and Pro Bowler Jason Pierre-Paul.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Pick it up, D.
Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Third and long. It's Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. A couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. From the shotgun, Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep down. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. 54 yards. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. So now a 2-point conversion attempt coming for Wilson and the Seahawks.
You can't block me.
Throwing again here. Wilson. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, they tried to get 2. And ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. This is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Ready. Flag. What is that? 54. Check. Let we go.
And they will take a knee here. So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball.
You just like one game ball?
You're handing out multiple, although I set you up by saying game balls, plural, but
I like where we're going with this, though. You say one to represent, like the best player of all of that, and I say multiple so that you keep every